easier to take advantage of someone who's not smart, who doesn't work.
What makes a face like a tóxico face?
I don't know. That has to be
Or a
steady.
tóxica face. You know what I think it is? I don't think it's the face. I think it's the expression.
But yeah,
Nuns
that's,
back in the day used to hit kids.
listen.
Teachers,
well,
just regular teachers used to hit kids.
Yeah,
Not too long ago.
Yeah. And does the man always have to be the leader? I'll pose that to my partners.
For me,
This episode's gonna be called Toxicidad y más.
Welcome to the Lawyer's Lounge, where we talk about legal nightmares that turned into legal solutions and maybe some behind the scenes stuff.
HOAs, baby daddies, business breakups, we've seen a lot. And believe me, there's a right way to get it done.
And if you're here, you're probably looking for free legal advice or need an attorney. This is not the place to do either of those things. If you'd like to speak to any of us as attorneys, you can go to rrb-lawyers.com and book a free consultation. Or, like we heard today, RRB hyphenated?
No,
Lawyers.com, but dash sounds so much better.
Technically
speaking, it
It is a hyphen.
It is a hyphen, but dash just rolls off the tongue better.
Yeah.
There's also less syllables in it.
Yeah.
Dash.
Dash
Hyphen.
hyphen. Yeah, we'll stick with -lawyers.com, please.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Nice.
Who was it that had that Yahoo?
Yahoo, yeah.
Wow, that was
It was
a
Yahoo.
quick.
Damn,
Fucking, that shit opened up
Yahoo.
fast.
She has an archive.
I do have random archives. Wow, I haven't heard that in a long time.
That's
You're
branding.
like a Wikipedia article
I
where you like click things through.
and all of a sudden you're like 10 things deep. Like,
Somehow-
how did I get here?
Somehow you went from like most popular dog in America to like Hitler.
But that's how my brain works, like all the time.
Yeah,
It's
because
very
that's how the deep dive, like that's how the rabbit holes go.
Did you guys ever? Man, this might date me. Not that it matters. But,
We all know you're 40.
yeah,
You're not
yeah.
that old.
Did you guys ever come across a website called Stumble Upon?
No.
Yes.
What's that
You guys
about?
never went on to
Never.
Stumble Upon?
My dog.
I don't even know what that is.
Wow.
I was always very
Holy
scared.
That's
man.
what that
moly.
moment, the whole deep reminded me of that. Stumble Upon was a
That is-
website, stumbleupon.com. When you go on it and then you create your profile of things that you're interested in. And then all you do is just click the button to generate and it'll stumble upon websites that filter what you're interested in. So you would go
Sounds
on
dangerous.
random
It's
websites
just-
that you have never heard of before.
Yeah, you would have never even
Based-
think to look for them.
based on your
I have a feeling
like
that you spend a lot of time.
That sounds really dangerous.
It's just,
doing
it's
that.
actually
But-
not. It's actually super cool.
it's very interesting.
for creatives. It's very
It was
very
cool.
good.
That's true. What was that website that creatives used? Not Tumblr. Was it Tumblr?
Tumblr was very
Tumblr
big.
was one.
I had a Tumblr.
I had a Tumblr.
Was
I
it-
wasn't.
was it Tumblr?
I'm
Tumblr
not
that
very
it's like-
trendy, but
That it
that
looks
the
like,
images
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
videos and
and
like
I had a cool Tumblr name.
What was your name?
Toy jacks and wooden boats. Like kids' toys.
Toy Jacks.
I was fucking cool when I was young, guys.
That's
They're like sounds like
that's
boomerang.
so cool.
Bueno.
Toy Jacks and wooden boats.
I
No.
wonder if that I don't have the password.
Tumblr
for
is
it
still a
anymore.
thing though.
Yeah,
That I
Stumble
know.
Upon is dead. It got bought out by
I
somebody.
I haven't even thought about that in ages.
Yeah.
Weird, the things that stay in the back of your brain for a long time.
What archive?
It is like a deep archive. My God.
You had a birthday this last weekend.
I did.
Oh yeah, we went out for your birthday.
That was fun.
Yes.
Was
It
a lot
was
of
very
fun.
fun. We met your wife.
You did.
We
Yes.
like her.
Very nice.
Yeah, we got to hang out outside of a professional setting, which
We
was nice.
danced.
We
Yes.
danced a lot.
We did.
John danced a lot. That
Yes.
guy-
John is a
did.
dancer.
that
Oh yeah,
guy-
he dances.
Amor for those of
Amor.
you.
Yeah.
That guy got some.
We
he-
had a lot of
That
fun.
was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's nice to disconnect. Plus, we got to hang out with our friends that are also from law school but aren't in the firm with us. So we see each other all the time because we work together. So it's nice, but we don't get to see them all the time. So when we get to do stuff like that, it's
fun.
it's
Very nice.
much
We're gonna see
appreciated.
them again tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's gonna be nice.
Now we're gonna overdo it for like a month, and then we won't see each other again for like 4 months.
We'll text every day, but it'll be like this. And you met everyone. Everybody who was
That's
there,
everyone?
that's everyone.
Yes.
You met my friends from Cuba. You met our friends
Yeah,
from
you really
here.
had like a good group.
Even Maria's
You met my best friend.
best friend,
Lisette.
Lisette. Karina and Amandito
They
didn't
come,
go.
yeah.
But those are the only ones you didn't meet.
Got
But
it.
everybody else, those are the ones. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gabby is the one that sticks to the top of mind for me because she goes,
amazing criminal attorney.
the amazing criminal attorney.
She's
Gabby.
love that
She's
stuck in your
incredible.
mind.
Yeah.
She goes.
The best trial attorney I
Where
know.
are you from? Because tú tienes una cara de tóxico de carajo.
She said that to you. That is
She
so
did.
on brand for Gabby.
I was
That
like-
is so on brand for
I was
Gabby.
like, you know what? I respect that because I get that all the time.
She did.
Yeah.
I was like, why not?
I wonder what it is, right? Like, what makes a face like a Tóxico face?
I don't know.
Hmm.
That has to be
Or a
steady.
Tóxica face.
What a
You know what I think
great
it is?
question.
I don't think it's the face. I think it's the expression.
Yeah.
I think it's the expression.
Really?
Because what makes a Tóxico, right? That look of mystique. How pointed. She's like, I would know. Well, that look of like mystique, that look of mystery. That
I guess
look
if we're
of-
talking about looks of toxicity, not actions of
not actual
toxicity.
toxicity. So what does toxicity look
yeah.
like? Let me look at my Rolodex.
No,
Hold
we
on.
don't know what it,
Yeah.
when you look at
But
someone, you're
you
like,
don't, yeah, you're assuming.
But we always say, yeah, este tiene cara de
Yeah.
tóxico, for sure.
Not
That's
about
a-
you, we're
what-
saying other people.
I know, trust me. What a great question, man. That's a really good question. What makes a tóxico or tóxica have that? Because vibe is one thing, right? You could have a vibe of like, if you overhear them, the way they speak to the
Right.
bartender or the waitress or waiter, that kind
Their
of gives you an air, your
personality.
personality.
Yeah.
But just off of looks,
A look, yeah.
what is it about that makes it like, damn, that's crazy. The stigma that word gets for certain people. I've gotten that my entire life.
Really?
Yeah, I've gotten that my entire life.
It has to be
I think it's my jawline,
Is the
And it might be your eye
jawline and
shape.
the
your
smile?
eye shape.
maybe.
So you have a little bit of a
Like a villainous.
I wouldn't say villainous. I would say
Intense?
No, it's more like inquisitive. Like I see it as inquisitive because I don't think you're toxic, right?
Because
Like,
we know you.
we
though.
know you.
Yeah.
Because we know
me.
you, and
but
I
off
think-
a glance, I get
Yeah.
it. Like if you don't know me,
yeah.
like my wife has said it multiple times. She's mentioned to me like countless times where she says, "You're not approachable. You're
No,
not,
you're
not. No.
easily approachable because you come off like intimidating."
I told you that when we
Ah.
first met.
Yeah.
I told you that you didn't look approachable.
Mhm.
You looked standoffish, and
Mhm.
it's the way that you almost look disinterested
Huh.
in your surroundings, like,
Bothered.
and you tilt your head up a little bit.
As an air of I'm better than this.
I didn't want to say that, but
And
But
that's
I mean,
okay.
that's what it like.
No,
but
but
I mean,
that's
there's nothing wrong.
fine.
Like, it doesn't mean that it's the truth.
Sure,
like,
sure.
I mean, in law school, people told me I wasn't approachable, but that's because I didn't want to be there in general.
you also look like this all the time.
I know. It's not a happy place.
You walked in like you were so upset every day. Like me and Sal, like, because I had a lot of classes with Alexis, and so did my husband, and like we would look at each other. We would look at Alexis coming down the hall. We're like, oh shit, who's she mad at today?
And it's just like, who shows
She
up to
would
school
walk up the
happy?
stairs and she'd be like,
But it wasn't like you hated it.
No, I didn't hate it, but like I wasn't there like, woohoo, crim law.
I don't feel like it.
yeah, family law.
No.
Oh, wills and trust. at
Wills and
8
trust.
p.m.
I like
I like that one though.
Wasn't
Yeah,
trust
we
I
all like
liked.
that one.
Aside from the hour of the class, the actual class was
It was
fun.
fun.
Yeah.
But Claudia and Alexis give me that same thing that I give people. You don't give me that.
No, I'm very
You give me-
approachable.
Because Mari's very approachable.
I am
I
approachable.
have a very much like
People like you a lot.
We all can agree we're
When-
all approachable.
when they
but-
talk to
No,
her,
100%.
people
yes,
like her a lot.
Yeah.
Yes, but it's the look, man. It's,
I don't
it's
think
something-
she. To
I've
me,
gotten it
she's
before.
she's never given me like that
Yeah.
vibe where like she looks unapproachable. To me, Claudia has always looked very approachable.
I think so too.
It's funny, I think out of the three of us, people generally would say I'm probably the nicest one, but I have the least approachable
Yes.
demeanor.
I would agree.
Yes.
And I don't get that.
I would
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. You and I kind of look related.
Yeah.
We do actually
Yeah.
a little bit.
And you know what it is? The eye shape.
It
You
could
guys
be the
have like that
It
eye
could be
shape
the
that
that's
kinda goes-
like, yeah, that
Could be the eye shape.
maybe villainous. You and I have like soft, come
Like-
bother me eyes.
Yes. Yes.
I'd rather have these than come bother me eyes.
I don't want to have come bother me eyes.
Yeah,
But I
I'd
do. I have
rather-
a come bother me face. Like, please, by all means, come
No.
talk to me.
Yes. Come talk to me for hours. Tell me whatever you never told anyone. Come. Tell me. I'm here for you.
So you have
That's
that
what I
effect
look
on
like
people,
for
though.
But
sure.
people
No,
like
no,
opening
have
up
that
to
effect
you.
on people. So we used to say this in law school. Like, you and I used to look at each other and be like, people talk to us.
Yeah.
People tell us stuff. People tell us
The
things.
most random things, and I'll be like,
All
I
the
don't,
time.
I don't want to know that.
Or we'd
It
be
is
sitting there
okay.
talking, and someone will come up to her and just like spew out information, and I'm like, "Are you friends with her like that?" And she's like, "Not really, no." And I'm like,
People we've met on first occasions, they'll be like, when I was 13, my dog was run over right in front of me, and it's traumatized me for the rest of
Even-
my
and
life.
you're like,
I'm telling you,
"Oh."
even people that I meet now, when we're talking about it today during lunch, people just meet me and they're like, "Oh yeah, he's never present. I'm always taking care
Oh,
of the
yeah.
kids," and I'm like, "Okay,
It's like, okay,
I'm just
cool,
there
thanks.
listening." For like,
Well, you said that, before you decided to become a lawyer, you wanted to be a teacher. So maybe you
Yes.
give off like those teacher vibes.
Yeah,
It's like
it could be
very
that.
trustworthy, like teaching.
sí,
know?
ayúdame,
Teacher.
ayúdame, maestra.
Profe,
Miss,
eh,
or like how
De
we used
buena
to,
gente.
how we
él
used
me
to
dio.
do,
Yeah, you
De
give
buena
off that
gente.
like, te puedo dar queja
how
vibes.
we used to do in public school. Miss.
I know.
I can't tell.
You never did. Well, I'm from public school.
No.
Like,
I'm from
a
public
school
school. Oh,
kid.
that's
You're
right. You guys
public school
are. Yeah, but you're.
kid. She's a private
you're-
school kid.
I'm from Cuba.
She's a communist.
But that's like,
kid.
yeah, it's very different.
That's very
I would, I
Very
can't
different,
experience.
no.
No, at public school it was like Miss. It was very
Miss.
much. Why? What was your?
I don't know.
You never called your professors Miss?
Like if
Hey,
you
yo,
did,
Miss.
Were they known?
First of all, no. What the hell is that? Hey, yo, miss? No.
That was Ayo Miss.
No.
Miss.
What?
First of all, I used to have to kneel down if my skirt didn't touch the floor.
Oh, that's
it was
weird.
too short.
Pain.
Yeah.
This
Pants.
is now I understand a lot. This is what we get. What we get.
Like,
Harken back to the first episode, shot collar.
like that's private school. There is no.
This is why
Like-
Alexis likes to auto torture.
Yeah, there is no sense of like I can do what I want. When you sign up for private school, they're like, by the way, you signed away your life. You have no rights. Like literally none. Drug tested all the time. Like if you can't pee, we're gonna take out your hair. Like
What do you mean take out your hair?
Yeah, they take
like
hair
drug
samples.
test your hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
which is
Oh.
much.
Oh, I
like-
thought they meant shave
I was
it.
like, yeah.
Are you crazy? No. But yeah,
Nuns
that's,
back in the day used to hit kids.
listen.
teachers,
well, back-
just regular
yeah.
teachers used to hit kids.
Yeah, in Cuba.
Not too long ago.
Yeah.
Not too long ago. Early
Yeah.
90s.
I don't know.
No,
Like,
maybe
I-
not 90s because I went to school in the early 90s. It could have been like 80s, 70s around there.
I did get hit as a kid, and
Yeah.
I was in kindergarten in the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. So I
Like
didn't get
first
hit.
and second
I
grade in
remember
the
my
90s.
parents telling me if a teacher puts their hands on you, you come tell me
Le
immediately.
das.
Yeah.
Si te
My
dan, le das.
mom would have.
Yeah.
My mom is a non-violent person. Like she's like a Quaker.
Yeah.
If a person who is not her or my dad, even so much as raised their voice at me, ooh, baby, over.
Yeah, my mom.
I
too.
never had that. I was a very good kid though. Like there was no need.
I
for
was a
that.
good kid, too.
I was like
Me too.
very like.
My
quiet.
my dad is even worse than my mom. Like my dad can't even see somebody yelling at their kid or like threatening to hit their kid. Like he's picked fights.
My
with,
dad told me to kill someone. To tell someone that's
What?
Well, it's because our dads are fucking wajitos, right? My dad's like, don't hit people with your fist
Tú
because
no
you can break a
sabes
bone.
esto. You don't know this?
Okay.
There was this girl that I've been going to school with since forever. I don't know, since I was like 7. And she would always kind of like bully me. She would say that she was smarter than me, that I was always the best in class because I was cheating and whatnot.
Oh.
And, you know, we were in 7th grade and I kind of like,
Yeah,
got
that's a little bit
tired
older.
about
That's
it.
like.
yeah. And then I told my dad, and my dad goes, when you get to school tomorrow, if she talks to you again, you're going to look at her straight to the eyes. You're going to tell her, si tú me dices otra cosa otra vez, te voy a matar.
That's
I'm
a,
going to murder you.
that's a
I'm
bit
going
much.
to kill you. If you talk to me again, I'm going to kill you.
Did she tell you something? Te dijo algo?
She did, and I told her.
Oh.
Oh, yes. And
¿Y qué
then I
pasó?
went back
Did
home.
you stab her
Nada.
in the neck?
No, I was just like, and me, like I was a very
Crimes committed in a
quiet.
communist country don't count.
And
But
then I had the
then what
audacity to
happens
say,
if she does say something? Then at that point,
Then
what
you
do you,
have
what
to
do you
kill
do?
her.
Like,
I imagine,
well, my
but
dad
I
said I
don't know.
had to.
It's, in Cuba, everything is normal, like, you know.
It's
Ay,
fine.
los
In,
niños
everything
dicen
is-
cualquier
in Cuba, if you
cosa.
kill somebody,
It's
it's fine.
fine.
No, but
No
the
mud.
kid, so I didn't, I told her, she was very smart too. Then we lived 3 years together in
What
the
do you
same
mean?
room.
You
When I
roomed
went to
together?
La
You
Leni,
went to La Leni.
yeah, when I went to La Leni, we lived together.
What are the chances that you end up living with her?
Bro, we were very smart, and then we were in the same municipality, and yeah, imagínate.
Oh, so she was threatened by your intellect.
Of course.
Always, yeah. But that was funny. My dad was like, you go there and you tell her that you're gonna kill her if she talks to you again. And I did. I was like,
Do
How
men
old are
have
you?
that same sense of competitiveness when it comes to intellect,
I
or
thought it
is
was
that more
great.
of like a physical thing?
No, it's always like that. With anything regarding men, it is very competitive.
But intellectually as well, I feel like women, maybe because we are women, but I feel like women are very competitive intellectually as well as like looks wise. Like everything is very. I feel like men is more of like a physical.
That's a good point. I think yes, because what? Damn, this might come off very
chauvinistic.
chauvinistic.
This
yes.
episode's gonna be called Toxicidad y más.
Yeah, right. Because women in terms of intellect for men of like, let's call it like high status, and by high status I mean like socially, financially, all these things, right?
Can't wait to see what it says.
It's what you have to offer. It's what you offer.
What you bring to the table?
Yeah, you can't offer physical. You can't protect me. So
yes, I can.
Well,
I
calm
have
down,
a fucking
Glock
Glock
40.
47. I can protect
Calm down,
you.
Glock 40. Yes.
Yeah, right.
But it's that. It's the what you have to offer in the space, or for the opposite sex. It's your intellect. Because and again, men.
Not always. What if I offer beauty?
Correct.
But
So
yeah,
I was
for
gonna-
women,
so I
that's
was
how
gonna-
that sometimes that is all. Unfortunately, some women are bringing to the table.
I think, first off, beauty is subjective.
100%.
Yeah.
Para los gustos los colores. 1, 2.
Y para los colores hay flores.
Even when you bring to the table, it's subjective because you might be with someone who thinks that you're too much, and or maybe that it's okay what you're doing because that's what you've done your whole life, right? And they're still like, well, then we're gonna go 50-50 because what are you bringing to the table?
What if you're smart but you're not smart enough for that person?
That's another part.
I don't know about that, but
Doesn't happen here. Sorry.
I've never experienced that.
No.
And again, the exception doesn't make the rule, but you have other parties that are like, I rather beauty over brains, because
I've never met a
I
person.
could never be with someone like that.
no, yes, they won't
And I'll
say it. No
explain
one is
why.
gonna say that because it's easier to mold someone who is, who's not that smart. And if you're gonna be this man who, we've seen it, people who have wives who don't work, nothing against, the housewife, that is great. I wish I could do it.
You literally told our new
I know. Our new employee.
our potential new hire.
I know.
I just want to be a housewife.
In my mind, I would
interview.
love to.
And I
but
loved her reaction.
But
I'll
she,
be-
that's the
Her
you could
reaction
do both.
was, you can do both.
Yeah, that was great. She's the best.
And she said she stalked us and saw our podcast, and that she felt like she was interviewing with famous
Hi,
people.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Everything is subjective, and
Yeah.
it's easier to mold someone. It's easier to lie to someone who's not that smart. It's easier to take advantage of someone who's not smart, who doesn't work, or it's easier. Like,
it's
just the
much
way it
easier
is.
for someone who is naive to fall into that pit.
I think
So-
you can
so
be
some-
naive and very smart, though.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Because
so there's different levels of intelligence and there's different types of intelligence.
Yeah.
Because you can be emotionally intelligent without being
Street
Like book
smart.
street
smart.
smart,
Book
or whatever
smart.
it is,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna open up a whole can of worms.
Yeah.
This episode, but it's the reality. It's the truth. However we decide to position it in a conversation is the art.
Yeah.
Correct.
Because it's the truth.
Because it depends.
Because it
It
depends.
always
depends.
depends.
It always
for
depends.
sure.
I think I said that to Dom like 4 times today.
Some men prefer extremely smart women. Some women prefer. I'm not gonna say I don't think, but some women, for the most part, prefer a very smart man. You want a leader that has enough experience that they can protect you and provide for you.
Question for you: does
Sure.
the man always have to be the leader?
I knew you were going to pick off that because when he said leader, I was like,
yeah,
it's
me
coming.
Trigger.
All right, go. I'll go
does
last.
does the man always have to be the leader? I'll pose that to my partners.
For me, yes, please. I lead my life every day. I am a boss babe.
What is it that our intern says? She says, "Girl boss, gaslight, gatekeep."
Oh yeah.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Yeah,
Shout out,
yeah,
Bree.
yeah, she said it.
I'll
So
trademark
yeah,
that.
you go ahead and be the leader. Tell me what to do. So I get home
Yeah.
and John always says that I get bellita brain, like bella, but like bellita brain. I'm like, yeah, I don't know anything
I
about
like that
nothing
term,
in life.
though.
You know, Bellita was what my grandma called her grandma.
Ay.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah, like little Beita. He's like Beita brain. And I'm like, yeah,
Bellita and bellito.
that's
Those were
fine.
I agree with that,
I have
grandpas.
no problem with that.
Not that I'm dating somebody, but
No.
that sense of like we live our lives having to make decisions all the time, and a lot of times we're making them for other people. So like when I'm with somebody, I don't want to decide. I want you to say, this is what we're eating, this is what we're doing. If you want my input, ask me and I'll tell you, but for the most part, no. Just like run with it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
That's not how my relationship is.
No, we know.
So no, the thing is that in my relationship, both of us are leaders. So we're co-leaders, and each of us has a sense of when the other one needs the other one to pick up the slack.
Yeah.
I would say it's very equitable, but there's days where like my husband comes in the door and he sees that I'm just like, there's no decision to be made. Or he'll text me, like his favorite question, ¿Qué vamos a cenar? Because he's the cutest like Mexican man, and he speaks in the most beautiful
so
like
cute.
Spanish. And he always texts me, he's like, ¿Qué vamos a cenar, mi amor? And I'm like, I don't know. And immediately he knows that like she's taxed. That's
Yeah,
it.
like, that's
I
it.
have to be the one to decide. And then there's days where he'll say, you know, like, what's for dinner or whatever. And I'm like, sometimes he doesn't even ask me. And I'm like, chickens for dinner, rice, whatever. And I know it's because he has already told me
It's been a long
it's
week
been
or a day.
such
or
a
whatever.
long day.
Yeah.
Like he'll come home and he'll be like, oh, what a day. And I'm like, I made chicken in the air fryer. There's rice. There's
Yeah.
beans. Like all the stuff that he likes. Side note, I love texting my mother-in-law the stuff that I make my husband because that shit makes her so happy. Side note about like making your mother-in-laws happy as a person who's married. Like do the stuff that your mother-in-law likes.
Yeah.
Like the little things that make, and like
They're
do
better
it for
off as your friends than somebody
Absolutely.
you don't get
and
along
do it for
with.
your parents too. Like my mom likes to come to my house and see the place organized, so I clean up the house before she comes.
And when
So I make sure it's clean before she gets
and when
here.
it's not organized, she'd be like, okay, no puedo.
She bullies me. She bullied me the other day. Like, so I was sick for like 2 days.
Yeah.
This is like such a digression. I was sick for 2 days and I had like 3 or 4 piles of laundry, and I asked my mom to come over and help me. She was so mean to me. Like I'm sitting on the couch like on my fucking deathbed. I can't even breathe. And I was like, why are you being so mean to me? And she's like, you have so much reguero that I cannot think. I don't like this.
Your mom does not sound like that. You
It
psycho.
does not feel good. And she leaves the house.
Yeah.
Well, I'm like translating. It's more like, es que tienes tanto reguero que no puedo ni pensar. Me pone de mal humor. And then she leaves.
That would be me.
I knew
You
it.
are like my...
Yeah.
That's why we get
you know
along
why
so well.
You know why you and my mom connect?
Because
and
we're
like,
the
and you
same.
can manage her because you are like my mother.
I understand her, yes.
And this is also
No,
why you're my best friend.
But there's like a limit.
no, she's better than my mom.
No, yeah.
My mom,
Yeah.
because she like has self-awareness. My mom doesn't.
Obviously. No, it's different.
Yeah.
It's a
And
new
then I have you to
generation.
tell me to my face.
Yeah.
It's a new generation. No, but I tell my mom to her face, and she's like,
Oh, she doesn't care.
no, she gets upset. I tell you, please stop bullying me, and you're like, oh, you're right, okay.
Yeah.
If I tell my mom you're bullying me, she's like, toughen up.
No, but she's learned. Ya la tengo educadita. Now that she's my client.
Claro, because you speak her language.
She will text me like at 8 p.m., 10:30 p.m. I will leave her on red until the next day, 12 p.m., 12 in the morning, or like 9:30. And now today she's like, Viste, I waited until 10:30 today. And I'm like, muy bien, you're learning. Yeah.
But it's the same kind of experience. It's like you and my mom, but this is also why you and I got along like this, because you're very much like my mother. My mom is my best friend.
Sense.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember you saying that, and I thought it was weird, but then I was like, no.
What do you mean?
yeah, no, my mom is my best friend.
Maybe because my mom is not here. So I was like,
Oh,
If your mom was here, you would like my mom. FYI, lives like 7 houses down from me. My mom is my best friend. Like I have issues, I call my mom. I have an exciting new thing, I call my mom. I need advice, I call my mom. Like my mom is my pillar, kind of like Khloe Kardashian and Kris Jenner.
Oh, wow.
That's me and my mom. Like we even live next to each other.
Very specific.
So like I see a lot of my mom in you. I see a lot of my mom in you, and you are very similar to my mom. Like I was saying to you today, like tú dijiste, yo tengo mucha calle. Like
Oh, yeah.
And I said, tú te las llevas en el aire.
Mm-hmm.
That's something I say about my mom all the time.
Mm-hmm.
My mom can tell if somebody is trustworthy or not
Mm-hmm.
from the first meeting.
Me too.
You are that way as well.
Mm-hmm.
You know when somebody is lying and when they're telling the truth. And my mom is very much like that.
And then
too.
they go, ya empezaste. Y yo,
Yeah.
Mama, I'm gonna
And
wait.
she is always right.
Yo voy a
It's pretty
quedarme aquí.
annoying.
Always
Well,
right.
I'm gonna
She's
wait.
like, we need to do this and this and this because of this and this and this. And me and Alex are like,
Yeah, pretty much.
3 weeks later, who was right? Claudia Reves Gonzalez. That's who was right.
I never say I told you so, though.
No,
You
you
never
don't.
do.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
I
My
enjoy
mom,
it.
No, and my mom never says
No,
I told you
no.
so either. My mom never says I told you so. She never even like kind of like smirks. No.
No.
She's just like,
Your mom is great.
thank you.
I say I told you so all the time, just not to you guys.
But you're pretty. You can
Oh
be.
my God.
Not with us.
No,
like,
not with you. I can't be very
But
petty.
you're very, yeah.
I can't.
I can see that.
With certain people, though, not with everybody. Obviously. With you guys, I don't have to be petty because we just say it how it is.
Yeah.
But like with my mom, my
You don't have
sister,
to
my
be petty
brother.
because you
I am
tell us in the
petty.
moment you're being a fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
I'm like, No, I can be petty.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I'm not gonna answer the phone.
Oh, yeah. I'll see it and I'm like, that's okay. I'm like, that's fine. We'll leave it.
Ignore.
Screenshot. She sent it to us.
That's fine. It makes
I
me
don't-
happy inside.
I don't think I've ever stopped talking to my mom for more than 3 hours.
Yes.
Oh, me and my mom have gone. My mom is also my best friend, but in a different way. It's just we're so similar in a lot of things that we butt heads a lot.
Mm.
And my sister's always stuck in the middle. Like when we all lived together,
Your poor sister.
my mom and I would go a week and a half. And we lived in the same house.
So,
And it
how
was
do you even do
I
that?
don't care. You don't want to apologize? I'm not gonna apologize. That's fine. I know what I'm saying. And my sister would be,
Me muero.
can you please
I
just
would
say
die.
something? Can you please just say something? I'm like, I'm not saying anything. I know what I had to. I know what I did. I didn't do anything wrong. She needs to apologize.
My mom could be the one that fucks everything up, and I could be completely right.
I will not apologize for something I didn't
She
do.
ignores me, and I have to go and say sorry to
I
her.
won't do that. Sorry. I can't do. I
Why?
cannot do it.
'Cause
Why?
you're
Because I'm not wrong.
You're what?
I'm not wrong.
No, you're not.
I'm a
Leo.
Gemini.
You're a Gemini.
I'm not
Like my
wrong.
dad.
Whatever that means. I'm a Taurus, so I
But
don't believe in the
But
horoscope.
since me and my
but-
mom don't live together, from the moment that me and her, I moved out, like night and day, because we don't see each other. That's not the daily. Because we have very different daily habits. We have very similar ways of handling situations.
I can see that.
Yeah. So that's where the issues come in. But now that the daily habits don't coincide with each other, there's no issues. It's like, that's fine.
My mom, we're very different. Very different
Yeah, I
people.
would say I'm very different from my mom.
I don't live with her.
Yeah, of course.
We don't even live in the same country. But we get along. But she wants everything her way.
Like every other Cuban
No,
lady.
but no, you don't understand. You don't understand. I'm an attorney, right? My mom would have the audacity to tell me, you don't know anything about the law.
So, like my dad. Like my dad. You know what I tell my dad when he says
yeah.
some shit like that to me? I'm like, sí, porque yo soy un simple carpintero.
Oh.
I don't know what
I'm-
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Come on, like I'm always gonna
You're
be a
the
child.
one. You're the one who studied the law.
But at the same time, she's like, pero qué hago? She asked for my opinion for
everything,
and
yeah, of
anything,
course.
to the point that I'm like, okay, you can make your own decisions. That's it. But in a funny way,
Yeah.
you know. And I'm like, ya empezaste. Here we go again. But I haven't. We fight.
Alina.
I
Alina's
know.
so sweet.
She's
Yeah,
the
she's
sweetest.
That's the other thing. Like, she's so nice. My mom has the same friends from kindergarten. Same friends.
Yeah.
Same best friends.
So
El
do you,
mismo
though.
grupito. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So do I.
Yeah.
Do you?
No.
But
No?
yeah.
I have the same friends from when I was
Like
13.
real true friends, like good people. And she's so sweet. And the main issue we have is that she wants me to be as sweet as she is.
Oh, but that's not your personality.
And that's nope.
No, mi amor.
No puedo. She talks to everyone. She goes
so do you.
above and beyond.
So do you.
Sí,
Yeah,
pero no,
but-
pero I have
Go
But
on.
different,
Keep
yeah.
explaining your mom's
No,
characteristics.
she
goes-
has them, but
They're
yeah,
exactly the same as
yeah,
yours.
no. But she
Yeah.
multiplied that times 10. And that's
you
my
have
mom.
more
I
boundaries.
have boundaries. She
Yeah.
doesn't have boundaries, and that makes her happy. And that's
not
when
have
we have a
boundaries?
yes.
Oh, wow.
Some
You
people
can
like
call,
being there
you
for
can
everyone all
betray
the
my
time.
mother, betrayal like bad, and she will have something good to say about you, and she'll be like, ay, pero no seas así, las personas se equivocan.
Because she has a livelihood amongst the people that she not depends on, but emotionally connects with.
Yes.
No, but I can't be
Me,
that person.
I'm like, I don't feel anything for you anymore, and you have your place in my life, which is no place at all.
No place.
But my mom, todo el mundo es bueno, everyone is, everything is fine. There are people that she had, stopped talking to after like the 10th terrible thing that they did to her, right? But you have to let that person do something bad to you 10 times.
No.
Oh yeah, that's me.
I do that. Is your mom a Taurus?
No, Cancer.
No,
July 21st.
my father's a Taurus, and my father's one of his favorite sayings is, "Los amigos son como un peso en el bolsillo. They come and they go." So, los únicos amigos
I
que tú
don't
tienes
believe
son
in the
tus padres
horoscope, but
y tus hermanos.
I don't know if I do or I don't.
figure it
Sometimes
out.
when it says something I think is right, I'm like, yes.
I mean, but that's the point of the horoscope.
They're so like broad sometimes, and I'm like, this could apply to everybody.
That's the whole point. It's the.
But it's nice to feel like someone relates to you.
Effect.
Yeah,
it's like the circus effect. There's a little bit of everything for everyone.
Do I read it all the time? Absolutely.
But Walter Mercado tells you to wear pink underwear.
Listen, Walter Mercado could tell me right now that starting today, I need to start saving 2 ounces of my bath water so at Año Nuevo I can bathe in it again. I would do it.
In Spanish. And
do
she'll
you
take
know
a
that
picture.
Walter died like...
I know, but it's his family that continues the thing.
Okay.
Mira.
Because he's dead.
I know he's dead.
He's dead, but he speaks Hebrew.
Con mucho amor.
She takes a picture of the periódico.
Yeah, and I send it to everybody so they know what to do. Año Nuevo.
What
we need
to
to bring
wear,
in
what
all
to
the good
do.
luck that we can.
Yeah, and then
When
she
I
takes
go
a picture doing it. Aquí, taking my bath con whatever herbs and whatever he said.
And if I'm traveling, I pack it with me so wherever I'm at, if I can't buy the things there, I have it so that I can do my little bañito or whatever. And listen, it was very fun to watch. Like
very cultural.
Yeah, it's a very specific
very
cultural
person in the community of the Hispanic
huge.
community.
That guy was huge.
My grandma would be,
and his hair was
¿Tú crees
huge.
en Dios? Dios te protege de todo. That would be my grandma. You believe in God. He protects you from anyone.
I love Walter Mercado. I know. So nice.
Well, Easter is this weekend.
Yes.
Oh, my mom's favorite holiday.
A very important holiday for many people. How do you guys feel about holidays and spouses? Question that I'm going to pose. Do you guys feel some type of way if, let's say, your spouse forgets your birthday and any other major holiday, but is around and does some and is very present throughout the year, but just so happens to forget, let's say, Christmas, birthdays,
How do you forget
Valentine's Day.
Christmas?
Hold on, Valentine's Day. But throughout the rest of the year, they're like
on it.
No matter on it is an understatement. Like they go above and beyond, but they just happen to not care about these holidays as much.
I'd rather have somebody that is consistently doing what they can and going above and beyond than someone that cares about the holiday specifically. Like if you're that person all the time, who cares about the holiday? Like for me, the holiday at this point now, like I enjoy spending it with people, but not because I need something out of it.
The only thing you can't forget about is my birthday.
Oh,
that
That's a
day,
national holiday.
that birthday is different. Birthday you can't
you
forget.
do not forget about.
That's a national
I love my
holiday.
birthday. I celebrate it every year. It's a huge thing. My mom
Your
says
birthday
you
is
have
a
to.
huge thing.
Yes, my mom always says you have to celebrate, and I do it.
Traffic
if you
stops
forget,
that day.
if you forget my birthday, you're done.
Oh my God.
You are
I
done.
didn't wake up, open my eyes, and text her happy birthday, and she's like,
I called her.
Estúpida!
I called her. I'm like,
Are you gonna wish me happy birthday? What the
We're in a chat. We text all the time, obviously.
and you've been
Mind
going
you,
to see.
I covered for her BNI meeting.
She was literally physically posting a thing.
I physically posted a post on Instagram. I was sitting in her BNI meeting subbing for her so she would not have to go for her birthday, which she gave me the wrong information for anyway. So I showed up an hour late.
She also, in all fairness, a month and a half before that, she also gave me the wrong information.
Yeah, I just think that she wants her BNI to start an hour later.
I don't know.
So she's texting, asking how it's going, and I'm letting her know I'm in the BNI meeting. By the way, I was an hour late. Also, by the way, you were supposed to present. Also, by the way, like, and she in the middle of the conversation in the chat, she's like, "Estúpidas, tell me happy birthday," and I'm like, "I'm explaining to you what I'm doing."
And then she calls me and she's like, I woke up thinking about you today, doing things for you. You're the only person I've had in my mind since I woke up today. Happy birthday.
100%.
Yeah.
So I don't give a shit. Like if
No, you truly
if
don't.
you remember my birthday or not. Like
That's
that to me is not important.
crazy.
And also
Yeah.
my husband grew up Jehovah's Witness. His family, his parents, not his siblings and stuff. Like his parents are still Jehovah's Witnesses. So Jehovah's Witnesses don't celebrate holidays or birthdays and stuff like that. So él no tiene la costumbre. Like he doesn't have the custom. And for him, even his own birthday is not important to him.
Yeah.
So I know that for him, like, and he still makes an effort, which is nice.
I think that he does that for
Yeah.
us.
He literally only does it for us.
Because we never forget his birthday.
No.
No.
We showed up, barbecued, the whole.
Yeah. He wasn't even here. We had a birthday for him. Like, we went on vacation for him. He
It's like
didn't
me
know.
with the holidays. I didn't grow up here. So in Cuba, what are the holidays? ¿Qué sé yo? Christmas,
Los Reyes Magos
yeah, los Reyes Magos, y el 1 de mayo, May 1st, which
y
is
Año Nuevo.
Año Nuevo, y el
May
día que
de
triunfa
mayo.
no, 1 de mayo.
El 26 de julio.
Yeah, like, you know, like,
What's May 1st?
todos, yeah,
May
socialism.
1st is Workers' Day, I think.
El
Yeah.
primer día que llueve dentro del
Oh,
mayo.
el primer día que
That's
llueve,
a
que te
big
tienes que
one.
bañar en
But
aguacero.
that can be the first, the second,
It could
or
be
the
one.
third.
Yeah, it's a floating
Yeah,
holiday. That's
but
what
like
we call a floating.
holidays,
Floating
like
holiday.
there's not a
eso?
holiday. I'll
Wait.
explain to you later.
Yeah, please.
There's not a holiday culture like here in the U.S. So for me, it's just like, oh, whatever. Yeah,
Well, because
it's
the
fine.
U.S. makes everything a big deal, so people spend money on things.
It's true,
That's
though.
the only reason.
Yeah.
Not because people care about
It's
the
a
holiday.
business.
It's a business.
But then try
I
to
fall into it. Party City was
Oh, you
closing
do?
down. Party City when my house was closing down, I went into that Party City probably 5 or 6 times. Every time I'd bring a new person with me so that they
Do
wouldn't
you
shame
remember
me.
us on New Year's, like Eve, hauling balloons
Oh,
and shoving them into the back of
into
your
my
Jeep?
Jeep. Because I like celebrating things. Like I enjoy hosting. I like celebrating. Like for me, it brings me joy seeing other people enjoy it. Like I like it.
Alexis ordered so many balloons that they ran out of helium.
Like I like it. Like I like people to enjoy
You like
what
helium?
they're doing. Fun fact, I love the way balloons look. I hate the process of filling them. I hate the sound of them popping. I hate the idea of shoving them in my car. But aesthetically,
If they could just
I
appear,
love them. So I will deal with my suffering internally so that I can appreciate their looks.
You know what's interesting? A lot of First Amendment case law was made by Jehovah's Witnesses, by Jehovah's Witness cases,
Really?
because Jehovah's Witnesses, obviously, they proselytize. So they go...
Did we go to the same law school?
I don't think so.
No, actually no, because she took
She did,
constitutional
yeah,
law somewhere else.
No,
But this was probably part of her.
I
Ah,
took-
you have
I
to
took-
retake it.
I didn't have to retake it at all. I never took it in my first law school.
Ah.
I took it at St. Thomas, and I took First Amendment at
Okay.
St. Thomas. But I also had a husband who was incredibly interested. Well, he was my husband at the time. He was my boyfriend. But
Interested?
he's
law
super
school?
interested in First Amendment. Super interested. Yeah.
I need to
So
I think
and
your pillow talk
obviously-
is very
fact
different.
check
from-
that
Can you
information
imagine
right
him and I
now.
just sit, like,
Like in bed, just like,
First Amendment
have you
rights.
thought about that recently?
I've
Have you
never.
thought about
I
how
don't
you can
remember
proselytize
him.
I'm gonna
out
send
on
you
the
this
street?
case tomorrow so you can look at it and give me your thoughts.
I've
You know what's
never-
funny? Him and I do that. Well, we used to do it in law school. Now we talk about like our regular cases or whatever. I know, sexy, right? Yeah. No, but for real, a lot of First Amendment law was made because Jehovah's Witnesses proselytize, so they have to have the right to speak and they have to have the right to free access of religion. So they got sued a lot, or they got shut down a lot, and then they sued a lot.
Okay.
So the reason that we are able to like stand on a street corner and yell about Jesus, Jehovah's Witnesses, baby.
I kept my constitutional law book. It was so hard for me that I kept it, and it was very expensive though.
They were
It's like
all
$300.
expensive.
Yeah.
It's a $300 textbook that we don't understand.
It's the first class
No,
I got
now
an
we
A
read
in.
it, we understand it.
That was the class I was
feel-
most proud of with
yeah.
my grade. Like that should.
Did I get an A?
I got an A in that.
I think I got an A.
I
in
didn't take First Amendment. I got an A in common law.
I did
Oh
not
my
get a
God,
good grade in
no.
common law.
I got a C,
Like,
and I was so
I got a C.
happy. I
I'm
was
not
like,
good.
okay, I'm glad I passed.
Yeah, I
No,
got a C in
I
common law.
was just trying to pass con law, which, for reference, con law, at least for us when we took it, I feel like the first half of the class, like as far as the semester goes, was talking about the history of why things are the way they are. So you're reviewing cases that are in very old English, very difficult to understand, and
Literally
then
from the 1800s.
from the 1800s. But then aside from that, you're reading the case, but you don't really understand it unless you know the historical context, like what it was like in that
The
era,
framers.
to understand why it was even a conversation, why it was an issue. I I'm not good at history. Well, I can tell you right now.
Imagine me.
I don't know anything.
I was good at history, and I did not get a good grade in that class.
It's very tough to be involved in a conversation when you don't understand the framework. Like, how am I supposed to?
Imagine me. I had to watch YouTube videos.
At least you watch YouTube videos. I didn't do
history of the
that.
United
That did not occur to me. No.
I had zero background.
My brother told me to watch YouTube videos. He loves history, and he was
I
like,
had to.
"There's so many things out there for you to be able to help yourself." And I'm like, "I'm just gonna sit here and complain about it."
Equestrian.
Like,
What, as attorneys, well, as people in general, we get asked questions since birth, right? As attorneys, you guys get asked questions like crazy. What would you say, 2 questions, what would you say has been the most important question you've ever been asked outside of being an attorney and then being an attorney? What is the most important question that you deem important you've ever been asked?
It went something like this. Do you want to marry me?
that's a big one.
That's a big one.
That was the biggest question I've been asked in my whole life.
That's
Okay, I'm reframing it. It's not biggest, important.
That was the most important question I've been asked in my entire life.
Okay, for me, important question. I'm legally responsible for my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Yeah.
So for me, importance-wise, that being asked if I was going to be okay with that and willing to take on the responsibility, that's the biggest and most important question I've had in my life, because it comes with a lot. With like, there's a question, but there's a lot that comes with it after the fact. Yeah. So that's definitely my biggest and most important.
As a guardianship, as a probate and guardianship attorney, what you do is the most significant thing you can do for somebody in their life.
Oh,
because think about it, right? Your grandma has a plenary guardianship, or is it limited?
Limited.
No.
Limited. So plenary wards, people who are subject to a plenary guardianship, have less rights, which is not Alex's case, but they have less rights than a convicted felon.
Yeah.
A plenary ward has less rights than a convicted felon in the United States. So for a person to be responsible for a ward, for their livelihood, for their finances,
everything,
for their physical wellness, for their health,
their property,
for everything, for their property, for everything, that is such a huge responsibility.
That's a lot.
There's such a window for abuse.
A lot of people have issues. There's a movie about it, and I wish I remembered the name. I'm going to find out for the next time we do this.
I care.
So we can all.
I care a lot.
And it's about
professional guardians.
It's about professional guardians.
Yes. I think it's called I Care a Lot.
With the blonde and with the
it's
short
great.
hair.
But there's another one. It's like a movie talking about like the abuse, like the storyline about someone that was abusing their role as a guardian.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot. There's professional guardians out there, so you can hire somebody that is a professional guardian and does it when there's family members that aren't willing to do it because they don't have it. Maybe they're the only one left and they have no one to take care of them. So you have to hire somebody to do those things. And
for the most part, they're very good.
They're very good. These people have multiple people that they're responsible for. It's very hard to give individualized care for all these people, but they are still people. Like they have a lot of needs. They have a lot of wants. They are still there.
Yeah, your grandma's still there.
100% my grandmother's still there. But there's certain things that I have to be involved in and that I have to make decisions for. So that was my biggest thing. But it's a huge area of law. One of the main reasons I went to law school was because of that. Was that it occurred right before I went to law school, and I was like, I'm going to law school. Yeah. Because a lot of law behind it, and there's a lot of things that people aren't aware of. And we've talked about it before. Like if there's ever a field that we get into outside of what we do that I would do pro bono just because I really want to be involved in it, would be guardianship law.
Wow.
There's a lot to it. A lot to it.
Claudia?
For me, it was the day before I was coming to the U.S. and I was leaving my mom, my dad, and my grandma, and my mom and my grandma sat down with me and they told me, my grandma asked me, would you have kids one day? Would you ever marry? Me, being who I am. But then the biggest question, the most important question was my mom asking me, are you gonna be okay if we die and you cannot be here?
That's horrible. Oh my God. That's
yes.
So,
for 3 years, I couldn't go back.
Right.
Yeah.
My cousin, who was 18 at the time, died, and I couldn't go because I didn't have my residency. And then my great-grandmother died, and I couldn't go because I was in the process of getting my residency. So, and I mind
Yeah,
you,
like-
that was the day before. Everything was ready to come here. And I was like, yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to do what you have
Yeah.
to do to improve your situation and their situation.
Because their situation is greatly improved because
Yeah.
you are
Yes.
here.
Mhm.
So
I don't even think at the time I understood the question.
the gravity.
The gravity
yeah,
of the
you
question.
don't get it until after
I mean,
that you're looking
you're
back.
21 years old.
Mhm.
Wow, Joe, you really hit with
Yeah.
Jeez
did.
Louise.
Well, back to my engagement.
For real. My God.
So to bring it up, because I've had a morbid day. Dom talked about death the entire time. Now you're talking about death. You're talking
No,
about
no.
I know,
A lot
yeah.
of
Happy
a lot of
but like
heavy things.
happy shit, right? So like funny to bring it up a notch. My husband proposed while we were watching Instagram stories. As soon as we woke up, hadn't even brushed our teeth.
But that's so you
But I
guys,
feel like
because
that's
that's what
very
we
it,
said.
yeah.
And then she FaceTime everyone. And
I was like, con my moño like this.
yeah. Like,
Look what happened.
But it's very you guys.
yeah. It was,
I feel like any other way wouldn't have felt natural. Or
You
like
think so?
something he would do.
Because like in hindsight, I
That's
would have liked. But he did. You know. Okay, so
It's
going
Sal.
going over and above and beyond for like holidays and shit. You know what Sal did before he proposed? He took my parents.
Oh,
to
yeah.
dinner.
Oh, I do
did.
remember
yes,
that.
Yes.
He took my parents to dinner, asked for my hand in marriage.
What did your dad say?
I don't remember.
Your dad
Oh, yeah,
said,
told us.
the hand, si ya tienes el cuerpo entero.
Oh, yeah. So he's like, para que tú quieres la mano si ya tienes el cuerpo entero, which roughly translates to, why do you want her hand? You already have her whole body. Disgusting. And then subsequently, he's like, when are you guys gonna have kids? Because I want a grandkid by you. And I'm like, why are you making? He's got to be getting senile because like all of those weird little that or
He's
he's
just Cuban, bro.
Yeah.
that or he's been hanging out with his brother too much. So my uncle got like that visa to come back and forth,
Ah, se lo pegó.
He's
and my uncle is the funniest guy. Like you guys met him at
Yeah,
my wedding.
he is
He's
funny.
so
He's very
funny.
funny.
He's so fun. Like
yes.
the guy like will dance with you
Yeah.
and like say like he comes to
He's
the
a good
house and
time.
he's like, "Que hola, Sere?" Like that's how he
Very
greets
Cubana,
everyone.
like very
Yeah,
Cuban.
he's very Cuban. So like I think he's been hanging out with him like a little bit too much.
It happens.
And se le está pegando, bro. My dad's getting a little chuma.
Nah.
No, but I don't think he'll
no,
ever
chuma
be
is-
chuma.
Your dad is no.
But I think the older he gets, like I
It's
feel like it's a
fun.
normal Cuban thing to want,
To want
and but
grandkids.
be vocal about it.
But my
like,
dad has a bunch of grandkids because I have older siblings.
yeah, but not yours.
I am the favorite
Yeah.
daughter.
Oh
Come
my
on.
god.
I
Okay.
watch my sister watch this and she'll call me and she'll be like, "What do you mean you are the favorite daughter?"
Your sister looks
She's also
like your
very
dad,
funny.
and she is
It's
very
crazy.
funny, and
My
she
sister
dances
is
like
the funniest person.
But seeing you guys take like your family photo, I'm like
Yeah.
their faces are literally like I
Yes.
could pick one up and put it on the
Yes.
other, and it's the same.
And me and my sister are definitely my dad's favorites.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's, I think we're both like here, but it's me
Ahí
and my
tu
sister.
hermano, pobrecito.
her mom.
No, my
Mom.
little brother's just the baby. Like he's the baby of the family, so like
No es favorito.
Everybody-
Él es el favorito de Katiuska. though.
Yeah, it's your
he's
mom's
He's my
favorite.
mom's favorite. Like every Cuban mom,
Yeah.
the firstborn, youngest son, whatever it is. As long as you're
The
a son,
boy. As long as you're
the
a boy,
favorite.
you're a favorite.
Your
My
brother
brother
is your
is-
mom's favorite kid.
Easter's this weekend, and it's a tough battle between Jesus and PJ coming back. Because I swear, like it's just like he's coming back, and it was like, well, you're gonna pick him up from Europe, okay? And then we're gonna do dinner, and then we're gonna do lunch, and then we're gonna do dinner, and then you're gonna host Easter, and then we're gonna hang out again. And I'm like, do I need to see him every day while he's here? Like he
Yes.
also has friends that he wants
Yeah.
to see, like not every day.
No.
And it was like, what am I gonna be mad about? That it's Easter weekend and you're doing something else, or that your brother's here and you're doing something else?
I
I'm
think
like,
it's a combination of both. Like
Honestly,
like
it's
you
both.
said, it's Jesus and Pete.
and PJ, they're literally
like-
right here, like
feel
neck
like
and neck.
Also, your mom is like Mama Bear.
She is all the time.
Her pollitos.
And whenever he's here, she wants us all to be together all the
She's
time.
very
And I'm
like
like,
apegada.
My mom
Why
is like that
not?
too. Ooh, my mom won't leave the house when my brother is here.
my mom won't do anything. Everything is, hi, PJ's here. I'm like,
Your brother's here. I'm like, he went out with his friends. What do you mean? No. What if he comes back?
He will
No.
come back eventually. But your brother is nice. Like we like him.
yeah.
I like
your
my
brother's
My
very
brother and
nice.
I are also very close in age. Like you and PJ are like 6 years
6
apart.
years, yeah.
Me and my brother are like almost Irish twins. Like we're a year and 9 months apart.
Irish twins.
So,
That's close.
Irish twins are 9 months apart because your parents got like pregnant
Immediately
as
after.
soon as.
Which is a crazy thought.
Yeah, but my parents got pregnant with my brother like when I was a year old. So me and my brother have always been very close in age. And we have a similar personality. He's like a little bit weirder than I am. But he's...
We're not gonna go there. He's great. We like him very much.
He's weird. I'm weird. He's weird. We're both weird.
It's like different flavors of weird.
When we were younger, we used to tell people that we were twins.
But you could pull it off.
We could literally.
Again, the genes are strong in that family.
It's my dad.
It's your dad. Your dad's genes are strong.
My dad pulled through.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Your faces are all like replaceable. Like
and like when you put my sister, because we're 5, so my sister is the oldest, and then her full brother is the next one, and then it's our middle brother who is from like a second marriage, and then it's me and my brother from my dad's third marriage. But like when you look at us, we're like
what a crazy thought. Your dad's third marriage. We just spoke about, was it the last podcast, about the success rates of the first marriage to the second marriage to the third marriage. Your dad is breaking all boundaries here.
Yeah.
So my dad, in all fairness, my middle brother's mom was not my dad's wife. He was a relationship he had between marriages.
Okay, all right.
So
technically he's on 2.
He's on his second marriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But my dad married my mom when he was like 36, so my age-ish, almost.
He was a professor in med school.
No, not in Cuba.
In Cuba, and she was a student.
She was one of his students.
Yeah.
But she was 22 years old. Like it wasn't like she was a child.
Yeah,
No.
She was
It's not student like
No. It wasn't
kids.
student like high school student.
No.
He was a professor of surgery, and she was
in
one of
medical
the students. Like, and then she finished that rotation, and they stayed working in the same hospital. And my dad was like, "Esa jevita está buena."
Yeah.
And then
And
my
now
mom,
here you
my
are.
mom put a curse on him or something, because we're Cuban, so.
we do have
Le
those
hizo la
things.
madre.
Katiuska. She's so funny. I like her so much. She's very funny. Mi amiguita. Mi clienta
Tu clienta
favorita.
favorita. Oh, our
So you were
favorite.
charged with driving while intoxicated. First offense, it's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir.
That green is
Okay.
intense.
On March 17th, 2025, an officer was dispatched to a call for service at the 400th block of West Gray Street, Houston, Harris County, Texas. Upon arrival, the officer observed the defendant sitting inside his vehicle. The officer made contact with the defendant and observed the defendant to have bloodshot eyes, unsteady balance, and was confused. The defendant stated he didn't have anything to drink. A Houston Fire Department employee, the wheel witness, stated the defendant was asleep in the driver's side of the vehicle with his foot on the brake and the vehicle in drive. The wheel witness stated he had a hard time waking up the defendant. SFSTs were conducted. 6 out of 6 clues were observed on the HGN. 5 out of 8 clues observed on the walk-in turn. 3 out of 4 clues observed on the one-leg stand. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to a breath test. The results were .179 and .175.
Where was he? Was he in the middle of the road?
It sounds like, yeah, I don't. So it says that he was sitting inside his vehicle on the 400th block of West Gray Street, which is accessible to the public. On a public lot.
Don't, please. I have no idea what that is, where it is. Is he in the middle of the road? Is he in a parking lot? Is it Domino's Pizza? I mean,
It says it's on a public street. It says, well, more specifically, it's 400
My
block of West
goodness.
Gray Street. It's a public
Because it
street.
has access
I
to
mean,
it.
I need more information. I mean, does it say he's on the street there, or are you assuming?
No, I'm not assuming. I'm saying what it says is that the 400th block of West Gray Street is a public street. It doesn't say specifically.
So none of these people who live in wherever.
Doesn't ask him
But they
if he's
have to
driving,
use
doesn't it?
what
None
they
of
has to
that.
be
is on there.
specific.
They have to say it in the
Really?
report.
Yeah, he did have the vehicle in drive with his foot on the brake and was unconscious. But in regards to the location aspect of it, there's nothing further stated on that.
I'm sorry. I'm going to find no probable cause. I can't just go forward with assumptions here, you know?
I love him.
Mr. Cleary, he's safe,
This
man.
man just got so
we
lucky.
have every single day. Look, this weekend. How many people died on the road here in Harris County? You know, really. Be smart.
Harris County.
You know, you have but one life.
It's Texas.
Don't do something where you either ruin your life or, more importantly, ruin someone else's life. Okay? Please take a seat for me, sir. I'm gonna find no probable cause.
Yeah, like what? First of all, he could be in the parking lot of whatever establishment he was in.
Yeah.
You don't know where that is.
Or just
You have to be
trying
specific.
Trying to park.
Well, no, trying to
prevent-
park,
Well,
no,
trying to park,
because
you
he
shouldn't be
was.
trying to park, yeah.
No, because he realized that he shouldn't be driving.
Well, I mean, he shouldn't have been driving. He just got very, very, very lucky.
He did.
You're
Next.
coming in here
Oh, another
with
one.
an attitude.
I have an attitude with you, sir. I'm just a little frustrated. I have a right to be frustrated as a human being.
Not really.
Just like you get frustrated with me when we tell you lies and think that you're stupid, I got the right to be frustrated. Because just like you want me to get right, that's what I'm trying to do for myself. Not for you, for myself and my daughter. But I have to sit up here until 11:30 when I'm supposed to be here at 8:30 from what my attorney told me.
How many times did you contact him?
He didn't contact me not one time. He contacted me yesterday.
4 times, Judge. Tried to call
I'm
him.
talking to you.
He
Talking to
attempted
him.
contact 4 times, Your Honor, despite his readings. On the 30th, we spoke to someone who says it's his wife.
No, that was my mother.
And on the 29th, we tried to reach out. There was no answer. So it was 2 times we tried. We spoke to his mother, it seems, yesterday.
He never called my phone number, not once.
If you would have responded to him, gotten the proof to him,
Sir, I have other things that I have to do too as well. I have a whole daughter that I have to take care of. I have to work a job. I can't. My GED was going to come regardless if I had to see you or not. So if I had to come here to see you just to get a GED, I was going to get it regardless. I didn't need your help to get my GED, sir. That's what I want to do for myself. I don't need your help, Judge. With all due respect, I thank you for doing that because it's going to make me get it faster. But I was going to do that on my own already. I made a mistake. Yes, I'm back here again. It's just my 6th time seeing you in my life, okay? I understand that.
Mr. Calhoun, I'm going to bring you back here on Monday,
Okay, that's fine.
and I want to see the proof of enrollment with your name on it.
Go back outside and go get my email. I already filled out the, I already did that.
I will see you on Monday. My son is sick. He's got a high fever, and his eye hurts, and I was supposed to get him about half an hour ago. So I'm leaving now to go get him so I can take him to the doctor. I will put you back on Monday. Come back, get a good night's sleep, have a good attitude. We've been nothing but nice to you.
My attorney
Stop talking. And you get into a pissing match with people with power. Who's gonna lose?
I listen to you.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
You're gonna get it one day, Mr.
I
Calhoun.
am, and I'm gonna be way richer than him.
I hope so. I really do.
You gotta hope.
You know, you're 20. You don't even have a high school education, dude.
I know a lot of people that don't have
You
one.
need it.
No, I don't. Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
need
sir.
it with me.
Yes, sir.
Fletcher's like,
Only because you said so, Judge, but I was
So, I will see you back here on Monday.
Yes, sir.
I want you to be nice. Get a
So
good
who
night's
knows?
sleep.
Respect me.
If you interrupt me again, I'm gonna put you in jail. Just don't. It's not hard to be nice, man. Really. You have
But it's
some
not
kind of
just nice, it's
aggression from
respect.
somehow, somewhere, really. All we're trying to be nice and try to see you better yourself. That's all we're doing. So come back here Monday. I want the proof with your name on it. And then, if so, we will pat you on your back and we'll send you on your way. You're coming in
Yeah.
here.
I don't like, you can be upset, but don't be disrespectful. Like, I hate when people cut each other off when they're talking. Let him finish speaking.
that kid also has like a defiant disorder because when he's also 20 years old, so like
He's a
Yeah, but when
kid.
I was
He-
20, I wasn't.
I would have never
disrespectful
spoken
like
that
I
way
that.
wasn't
to
disrespectful
anybody.
like that either. Like if you know you're in a position, first of all, the judge is like, just go home. I gotta go pick up my kid.
He's giving him like an opportunity to just be quiet.
My kid
Like,
has a fever. I'm gonna let you go. Bye. See you
Yeah.
on Monday. Just shut the.
he just can't accept help from anybody. He's just like,
No.
I'm better than you guys. I
I
don't need you.
haven't been in front of a judge who would have been as nice as this guy was.
This guy is super nice. Like,
No, and he's consistently always.
yeah.
nice.
Mhm.
Except for that one guy.
If you keep pissing on my
I
leg
know.
and calling it rain,
That was
That's good
insane.
though.
All right. Next.
I was a millionaire before I did Conan or Terminator because of real estate. The business that you are in. There was a real estate woman by the name of Olga. She was from Lebanon. And she said to me, Arnold, listen to me. You need income property. When you have a house or when you have a condominium, then you have to pay the mortgage. You have to pay for the expenses. I find you a 6-unit apartment building that has an owner's unit in front. And you're gonna stay there in this owner's unit. And then you're gonna go and pay for your rent, and then they're gonna pay for their rent, and the value of your property will go up. It was a $240,000 apartment building. Now remember, this is the 70s. 2 years later, I got $400,000 when I sold the building. 2 years later, $400,000. Now imagine, I put only 27.5 down. Now imagine that profit. 10x. I was a...
It's the truth though.
I was born in the wrong century.
Doing that right now in this era is like impossible.
If we had been born in Arnold's age, we as women couldn't have even had credit cards. So this is the best time for women.
We're putting together things. For us,
we're looking at it anachronistically. As women, we wouldn't have had the benefits that Arnold Schwarzenegger had as a man in the 70s to buy a property.
But I do agree. I think real estate is one of the best investments as far as growing wealth. Well, I hope you enjoyed it today. Easter weekend, second coming of Jesus, second coming of my brother. My mom's going to be on me all weekend. I hope your moms are doing the same. We love ours, love yours, and we will see you next week. Ciao.